Good afternoon and welcome to Watching Brief. This is a new monthly show available via podcast, hopefully, but certainly also as topical segments on the Archaeosoup YouTube channel. As the name implies, each month my co-host Andy Brockman of The Pipeline, where history is tomorrow's news, cast an eye over the topical news segments, media and entertainment of the day, obviously with an archaeological focus, and discuss and debate what we find. Future episodes will see us joined by special guests. We have a couple of people in mind, for example, for interviews and call-ins. And we have plans to develop topical segments from month to month. We may even do live streams, encouraging people to, for example, to call in and have a chat, live. It's quite an ambitious thing, this, isn't it? But for now, we welcome questions and comments via, obviously, the comment section on YouTube, and also the email address that we've set up for this podcast, which is watchingbrief.podcast@gmail.com. So now that that introduction is out of the way, hello, Andy.
Hello, Mark.
Hello. Why on earth are we calling this podcast Watching Brief?
I'm just thinking, actually, listening to your introduction, it's almost as though we're setting ourselves up as the sort of a cross between, Statler and Waldorf and the shock jocks of archaeology. But hopefully, if it's half as entertaining as both, we'll be getting somewhere.
There'll be no licking the microphone here.
No. What is Watching Brief? What is a Watching Brief anyway? I mean, I guess maybe we better explain for the non-archaeologists in our audience, or perhaps the non-commercial archaeologists in our audience. A Watching Brief is a condition that's put on a planning application whereby an archaeologist literally watches a digger as it rips into the ground on a development site and can stop the operation and record any archaeology that crops up. So basically it's keeping an eye on things, and I think if that's what we're going to be doing, hopefully, in Watching Brief, we're going to be keeping an eye on the archaeological world from month to month and see what develops, what stories catch our eye, what stories catch our audience's eye, what people want us to talk about, what people want to talk about themselves, and let's see where we go.
Yeah, and also I think the sheer range of potential topics here, ranging from the truly interesting to the truly bizarre, will probably turn up. I mean, in particular, I think this is actually tackling something which I've been trying to do for my part on Archaeosoup for a while now, and that is actually find a way to talk about news which is useful. In so much as I don't want to be a news station. I've got plenty of other things going on professionally, and also you at the Pipeline are you are based on commentary, and I think, but actually that's a very fruitful way to go ahead. So there's always something which catches my eye, but I've never quite known how to tackle it, and I'm hoping that this podcast, and also these segments which we'll put on YouTube will be a way to actually encourage discussion and tackle issues of the day as they turn up.
I hope so too. I think one of the things that's missing in archaeology at the moment, and particularly in archaeological communication, archaeological publication at the moment, is this kind of ability to discuss serious issues seriously, but in a popular way and in long form. 140 characters, you can say so much, especially if you're smart about it. But when you've got 5, 10, 15 minutes to discuss it with other people and get the feedback, get the counter argument and so on, that's actually a much more fruitful way forward. And hopefully, doing something like this hopefully might open up that possibility to people. It's a, as in so many areas, it's a new kind of communication publication for archaeology, and I think we need it. I mean, it's interesting you were saying about the Pipeline is based on commentary. Yeah, I mean, it's unashamedly about news and commentary. We don't do the archaeological version of the what some journalists call of attacked as journalism, i.e. just taking somebody's press release and rewriting it. We don't discuss, people can discuss people are much more qualified to discuss their sites than I am. We are at the Pipeline. It's what we need is something different. Hopefully that's what we're going to provide here.
Yeah. And also, of course, obviously there are other people doing podcasts out there that are available. I'm not remotely
Yeah.
saying that we're breaking new ground, but this, I
No.
think this is tackling something that we wanted to do. I think.
Yeah.
Now, so that's our introduction out of the way, and as you were saying just before we started recording, long may she sail, and what was it? God bless all who sail in her.
What we haven't got is a bottle of champagne to smash over the microphone, but hey, you know.
Well, that's true. Well, I've got a small bottle, like a mini bottle of Lindisfarne mead. It's empty. Oh, done.
Lukewarm mug of coffee, this one.
Okay, yeah, there you go. Actually, I've got, yeah. Cheers.
Bon voyage.
So,